Today's video is a bit of an experiment, and that experiment is me simply telling you about games that I've played this week, and two of them that I really wish I kind of hadn't played. One of them isn't as bad as the other, but basically what this video is going to be is me telling you about it without me having to edit a massive video and gameplay video, because one of them I simply didn't want to play anymore, and the other one was just so janky and broken. I didn't want to sit here and spend 6 hours editing like a review video for you guys, only to basically tell you that these games are pretty bad. So also, by the end of this video, if you could let me know if you like this format. So firstly, if a game is that anticipated, right, and it's a big title, I will be making a proper review, good or bad. So don't think this is going to be how it's going to be for all games. But if these games are like games that have come from Steam and no one really cares about them too much, or they're just something that hasn't really got much hype behind them, I think these opinion videos might help some of you. And that's what this is all about. This is to help you guys not waste any money. And I feel that these two games, especially the first one, is going to be a massive waste of your money. And I'm going to start with a game called Down and Out. Now, I remember seeing this game back on Steam quite a long time ago, and I actually thought from the trailer it looked quite fun. Boy, was I wrong. Honestly, this game is trash. It is awful looking. It's cheap. It's got no physics. It's just a really terrible game to play. Basically, it's like, and I only played it for 20 minutes, but that's all I wouldn't expect any of you to play this, right, to find out what these 20 minutes are like for yourself. You start off in like an alleyway there, and you walk around the alleyway, and there's this little, like, I don't know, midget guy who sort of dances all the time, calls you fat if you don't do what he wants to do. And the idea is basically just to punch people. But let's say this game had good fighting mechanics, it might have been alright, but it isn't. It's just keep swinging your arms so the health goes down. It takes about 50 hits a character, and it was just overall an exceptionally bad game, a game that I would never play for free. So there's your first warning, right? Down and Out. Avoid the game. Don't play it. If anyone else reviews it, fair play to you, but I just simply haven't got the patience or the time to basically edit a video for that game. Now, the second game, called Behind the Frame, I'm not angry about, okay? It really does feel like these developers had some sort of message to get across, and I don't know if this game was meant to be a flat game, but playing it in VR is bad. Pretty bad, actually. So you have to basically do paintings, right? But the paintings are, it's really easy. You just basically fill up blocks in a picture, and it fills up, and this lady goes, every time you do something. And then you see a guy across the road, you find out a bit of his story, you draw him, but you don't really draw him, you just like move your arm around and it happens. And all the VR interactions of like, you have to fry some eggs, do some toast. It's all like pre-animated stuff. So if you want to make a cup of coffee, you get a coffee bag, you put it here, and the coffee bag does its own thing. You get the cup, you pick up the coffee pot, and it's a terrible grasp system. You know, it's very hit and miss. And then he just pours the coffee for you, which there is no coffee. It just makes the sound. And then you do a couple of puzzles, which aren't that taxing really. And then you get another colour, and then you do it all over again, and then all over again. And to be fair, I kept thinking, right, today, this is going to be the game that I'm going to fully review. And by the time I got to the bit where the puzzles got slightly more interesting, the game started making no sense. Like, no sense at all. It looked pretty broken. You eat things like eggs with your hands and stuff. These games are just so low quality. And Behind the Frame, actually, the only quality part about it is, and I like it, two things actually. The music is very good. I like the music. I like the music in the game. And I love the animations part. And I believe it's done by Studio Ghibli. If you didn't have the animations part in this game, I don't know how I would have kept going with it. Because I love animation. Like, I love anime. And that raised it up a couple of points. Enough for me to keep going. But seriously, guys, these games are terrible. And I don't even know how they're on the systems. So Down and Out is on Steam and PSVR 2. I don't know if it's coming to Quest, I'm not sure. And Behind the Frame is on PSVR 2. It might be on Steam as well, I'm not sure, but I've only got PSVR 2 and access to Quest. If you are going to pick up Behind the Frame, there's less anti-aliasing in PSVR 2 than Quest. That's about it. It pretty much looks exactly the same. But either way, these are two games that I kind of thought might be okay, and they're below okay. Honestly, I'm not going to get my time back with these games, and I fear, and I didn't pay for them. So I'm thinking, dude, I've wasted my time, and I just don't want you guys to waste your time and your money. Now, Behind the Frame is possibly the one that I might be wrong about, because it looked like there were 6 chapters. I got to chapter 4 and it took me about an hour. So I don't know if there's another whole story after that. I'm not sure. But at that rate, it looks like it's going to last about 2 hours. But it's just, they're very clunky. They're messy. They're very cheap. And I don't know how much they are. I'm assuming these games are going to charge money in the $20 range. Down and Out, I wouldn't play for free. And Behind the Frame, I'd probably do $7.99. I don't know. Like, it's very... I don't know. And both of them are like, Down and Out has no options. There's no options in the game at all. Behind the Frame, you can't smooth turn. I don't know. I basically wanted to make this video today to let you guys know about these games. This is how I feel about it. I know some of you might come at me and be like, oh, he didn't even do this, he didn't even do that. No one's paying me to do this. I get these games, luckily, very early, and I'll try and give you my first impressions. And my first impressions of both these games are, especially Down and Out, is avoid them. So let me know your thoughts on this style of video. I don't know if it's going to help you. I hope it does. I'm completely shadow banned from Reddit now. You can't even share my content on there. Yeah, I hope that it saves you guys money and time, because there's definitely better games out there that we can be playing. We've got PlayStation Direct later on tonight. Hopefully some things are going to be announced. I'm keeping my expectations low, like the rest of you. Then we'll have Meta Connect coming up, where I'll have some good stuff for you guys, and into the month as well. There are some videos coming up that are exclusive that I think you're going to enjoy. So thank you ever so much. Let me know your thoughts. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you tonight on the live stream.